Hello，大家好，我係 Margaret and welcome to my little Cantonese corner. 今日2022年4月9號星期六. Today it is April 9th. It is a Saturday here in the US, and I'm here to talk about Mahjong. I'm going to introduce my sets, and I'm going to tell you different considerations that you should keep in mind when you're buying your own Hong Kong style Mahjong set. Again, I play Hong Kong style Mahjong, having lived in Hong Kong for over 30 years with my mother-in-law. So if you're interested in learning, I do have a playlist with my mother-in-law called Mahjong with my mother-in-law, and we explain how to play the game in both English and Cantonese. But today I'm going to be speaking only in English, talking about what you need to consider when you're buying your own Mahjong set. Again, if you like what you see and hear, please do consider subscribing to my channel and liking this video. Okay, so let's get started. I'm going to be talking about the oldest set that I have first. And I put a picture up on the community kind of thread. And a lot of you commented that that's something that you've seen maybe around your grandma's house. And it is the very traditional metal box. So let's take a look at the metal box. This is so old. My mother-in-law gave it to me. And although I have to say I really don't like the metal box, and the reason I don't is because it feels horrible. It's like rough and it's kind of sandpapery and it just feels gross on your hands, but I will never get rid of it because my mother-in-law gave it to me, and also it's just been in the family, I think, for years and years and years. She probably isn't as attached to it as I am, but I do like it, and it contains the green pieces that she gave me. So let's take a look at the green tiles first, and let me tell you a little bit about them and things that you should look out for, okay? So here are some of the pieces. I've laid them out so we can compare them to my other sets, but this is what the traditional set looks like in terms of up here you've got the yesok, the bird, right? And then the fa chai ba ban, hong zhong, dong nam sai ba. So those are all what they look like. And this is one consideration when you're buying a Mahjong set is what do they look like? Because there are a lot of different ways to carve the characters into well, these are melamine, right? So this melamine set, and you want to make sure that you actually like the look of them. So this is pretty standard. That is what you are going to find if you buy a standard set. The flowers with the Arabic numbers, with the Chinese numbers, and you can see there that, they're pretty standard. This is the usual, typical way you're going to see them. Also, too, you'll notice it's the traditional green. This is one of the most common colors in Hong Kong Mahjong set is green. However, it's not the only one. And when you're buying a set, of course, color is really important because you have to look at the tiles and you want to pick a color you like. But more than that, it also means you want to have a tile color that contrasts to the table that you're playing on. Now, in the States, before I had my Mahjong table brought over from Hong Kong, I found online these mats. It's like a rug. It's actually the back of it is rubberized so it doesn't slip, but it does allow the tiles to. Let's see, where am I going? This way. You can see the tiles will slide quite easily on the carpet, and I was so surprised because I've never seen these in Hong Kong, and so I got some, not knowing what to expect. I love them. I'll try to put a link in the description where you can go to purchase one if that in fact is what you're interested in. If you don't have a Mahjong table, these are great. I mean, for any kind of card games or gaming, it's card table size, and so it fits. I have it right now on my ottoman here, and it works just fine. So we could all sit on the floor and play Mahjong. So back to the tiles. So this is the color that you like. We have green. This is green on blue. A lot of Mahjong tables in Hong Kong that you buy are already green, and I'll show you a picture of that. They're already green, so you've got green on green. That might not be to your liking. My mother-in-law said that she likes the green. It's very traditional, but another color that she does like, where did I put it, is just not that one. This one. It's just a plain, well, this is actually, there's nothing carved onto it, but this is an example of just a white, like a beige rice colored tile that's also very popular among Mahjong players. I don't like it because I think it's kind of boring just to be white or off-white color. But you can see that if you're playing on a blue mat or on green, it does give you that contrast, and it might be a little bit more sufo because you have to look at it, right? So whatever you think is sufo or comfortable to the eye and has contrast, that's the color you should go for. But in speaking of color, I'm going to bring up my other set because this is my most recent set that I bought and I love it. So this color tile is, I love this one. It's kind of like a sea foam green. I don't know if it shows up well, a sea foam green. And I really, really like this color. So I went for this color thinking that, well, you know, this against the green, it's not exactly what I really prefer, but against blue, it's really nice. And against just a dark colored table or even a white mat, I think it would look quite nice. So I like this color as well. So then we've got these 3 different colors. Added to that, we've got my New York Yankees set. Now the New York Yankees set is brown. I don't like it at all. That's the only thing I don't like about the set is that it is brown. Because why? Well, if you know the New York Yankees, their color is blue. I don't know why they made this in brown, but they did. In 2009, when they won the World Series, this set came out. I'll show it to you in a minute. This set came out and it was, it's pretty special. I love it, but I have to say I don't like the color. So there we go. We have another color to add to the mix. We got those colors. And then we have a beautiful color in a tiny little travel set. Now this was actually shipped over from Hong Kong and it is a Hello Kitty set. So this one I love because it's purple. So there you go. You've got Hello Kitty there in a purple color. This is a travel size set, so it's a bit smaller, you can tell. So then we've got purple. So we've got all those different colors. Now, light blue is another popular color that people like to have. So again, color is completely up to you, but some considerations are what color is your table, because you don't want to have the same color. And so you have a nice contrast there. So, and also too, you can buy tiles that are stamped with different, you know, carved with different insignias or even Hello Kitty, right? So that's a consideration as well. Okay, another consideration you're going to want to look at is size. Now, obviously, you've got a travel size, which is tiny and small, and I actually even have a smaller one. This is a travel size, and that's the comparison in that size. It's even smaller and it's skinnier, right? This one is more like a melamine. This is a really nice set, actually, the Hello Kitty set. It is the proper melamine. It's heavy weighted. This one is a true travel size. Let's compare that now, different sizes that you have between these. Now I'm going to get rid of that one for a moment because this is our traditional piece. Well, they're all traditional, but you'll notice that the size is a little bit different. I say traditional, I think, because the green and because it's the set my mother-in-law gave me. So it is 对truyền统嘅set. 传统 is traditional, right? So, okay, this one here is your size of the standard Hong Kong Mahjong piece. This one is considered extra large or large. You can see a little bit, it is bigger than that one. I bought this one the most recently, and I bought it as like kind of a teaching set. I like the bigger feel of the tiles. This one's perfectly fine as well. Not really that much difference. In terms of width, they're a tiny, maybe a tiny bit different, but hardly noticeable when you're playing. So that's the difference in these 2 tiles. You can get a larger set and you can get the standard Hong Kong size set. But now, having said that, you then have a Taiwan size piece. And it's my understanding that the Taiwan pieces are a bit smaller than the Hong Kong pieces. And you can tell that by there. It is even smaller. So you've got the Taiwan piece, you've got the standard Hong Kong Mahjong size, and you've got this bigger one here, slightly bigger, right? It's not that much different, but you can definitely tell that there is a difference in the pieces. So I'll just turn them around so you can see maybe it's easier to differentiate when you just see the solid colors. But yeah, there you go. So it's really up to you, but that's something else to consider when you're buying your Mahjong tiles is what size are they? And most of the sites that I've seen where you buy them, they're very clear on the size of the piece, okay? Okay, so we've talked about the Hong Kong sets, and they look pretty similar. I mean, the size is a little bit different, the color is different, but inside, the carvings on the inside are pretty much the same. It's pretty standard, and that's what you're going to see in a lot of the Hong Kong sets. But now let's take a look at my Taiwanese set. This is my New York Yankees set. When they won the championship in 2009, they came out with this set. It's in a nice big suitcase, but you'll notice that, wow, the handle still broke off because these are super heavy. Mahjong pieces are heavy. No matter if you buy them, no matter where you buy them, if you buy a good set, they are heavy. This is what it looks like inside. This is a mat that you can play on. I would never ever even open this, even sitting here. The smell is horrible. I probably should air it out, but I'm probably never going to use that mat to play on, so it remains in its plastic. But you can see on the inside, it is a little bit different. Here you've got your box of chips, and let's see, has a little card there saying how it's special. Oh, and here, this is a cheat sheet that we made for friends to play so that they would know the characters, because we didn't put dots and circles on this game, right? The ba ban fa choi hong zhong, and then that's our cheat sheet. And this box comes with all the different chips that you can play with, the dice and everything. But let's take a look at the characters, because this I have set up the same way as the other one. And you can see just how a little bit special they are, a little bit different. You can see the baban has got like a little pattern around it. The birds are different. Definitely check the birds out when you're buying a set, what the birds look like, because I'll show you in a minute, the Hello Kitty does not use a bird. It uses Hello Kitty as your yasok and your yatong. So yeah, just take a look at those. They're a little bit special. The bamboos all look a little bit more just different, right? So this is the Taiwanese set, and I really like it. It is special. It's a little bit different without being too crazy. Now, I would strongly recommend that when you buy a set, you do not buy it with the English characters or the Arabic numbers and like N for north, E for east, south, S for south. I would strongly discourage you from buying a set that has the it's not really American, the numbers and the letters carved into it. And the reason is because, well, if you're playing Hong Kong Mahjong, you should learn. I mean, it's not that much to learn the different 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And until you learn them, you can always put stickers. You see there how I've got stickers. I'm teaching my friends to play. And of course, I can't expect them to know or to refer to a cheat sheet. We've also made cheat sheets for friends in the past. But I found these stickers that you could just stick on, and they stick on easily. They peel off easily. And up here for these, I've just done different colors, so they know they've got to collect the 4 red, yellow, green, and blue. Okay, and then these are pretty easy to match. Your fa choi baban and hong zhong, those are pretty simple. You could see, that's not difficult. And also, if you are playing with flowers, it's easy as well, right? You just have to know you're learning the numbers anyway from the Ye Sam Say, right? So you can match that as well. So I strongly recommend not buying a set that has the numbers, because there are things you can do to make it easy for your friends and yourself to learn the characters and the characters for Dongnam Saipan. I got a question over on the community page asking me what was the most unusual set that I've ever seen. And to be honest, I haven't really seen in person that many unusual sets, unless you consider like Hello Kitty to be unusual. However, in doing a little bit of research, I found a website that it's a labor of love that this lady has put together, and she has gotten mahjong sets from all over and features them on the site, and they are gorgeous. Some of them are just stunning. They come in beautifully carved boxes. Some of them are very ornate. Some of them are just very old. They're very personal. Some of them are very like personalized almost. And so I would recommend that if you're interested in looking more into different mahjong sets from like there's an ivory set. And I mean, I spent hours on this site because it's just so interesting to see all the different sets and the stories behind them. For myself, I really haven't seen that many different sets, but it would be very cool if there was one day a Mahjong museum, because I would definitely go just to see different Mahjong sets and different the history of the game in different parts of the world. So before I go, I just wanted to mention something that I thought was quite funny. There was this piece sitting on our shelf for the longest time, and it is the fa chai, and it is this really pretty pink color. You can see it's like pink and with the fa chai. And I thought, well, this is such a nice set. Whose set does this belong to? And so I opened it up because it's wrapped in plastic, and I found out it is soap. This is a bar of soap. So I don't know where in the world we got it from, but I thought this was this kind of cool that there are people out there using mahjong in different ways. So this is a bar of soap, and I thought that was kind of just something cute that I could share. So that about does it. So again, if you're going to be buying a Mahjong set, things to consider are color. You want to have a color that's very comfortable and contrasting to look at, or one, of course, that has a little picture on it or something that you like. You want to be aware of the size, going for the traditional piece, the bigger piece, or a travel size. You also want to be aware of what's carved onto it. Do you like the look of the bird, or do you want something a little bit more fancy? And you also definitely want to be getting a set that does not have letters or numbers on it, because it's very easy to buy stickers to put on. These are the stickers that I'm using. They're not offensive. You can put them on, you can take them off when you've learned them, and they're a great way to differentiate the Dongnam Saibat and your numbers in the character suit. So that does it for me. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. I hope this was helpful. If you did find it helpful, and if you like what you saw, consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. Thank you so much, and I'll see you again next time here on my little Cantonese corner. Bye.